Oh, hello!
What a match! What a performance!
This is brilliant. Who will be the winner?
Hello and welcome to On The Wire from the BetVictor World Match Play at the Blackpool Winter Gardens. The first round has just been completed on the Monday night, so we are down to our last 16. 4 winners tonight and 4 people who've made it through to the second round. If only there was some sort of metaphor we could call on to explain how they've become victorious.
He got back on the win bus.
Yes, all aboard the win bus. And a man very much on that win bus is Mr. Phil Taylor. But it wasn't easy for him, though, was it?
No, it wasn't. He did get on the win bus, as we call it, but Robbie Green made him work very hard for it. 10-8 in the end. And Robbie Green was talking about how he used to come here to the Winter Gardens and be singing Phil's name. He was in the crowd. He was he wasn't in awe of him up there, though. He really did push him. Raymond van Barneveld, though, 5-time world champion, dumped out by resurgent Brendan Dolan.
Where did that come from, eh? Brendan Dolan, he was class, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Right when it mattered, he hit those big doubles, and fair play to Brendan. He knocked out a man who people thought could go deep in this competition.
Yeah, not a good night if you're a Dutchman who's a former world champion. Jelle Klaassen knocked out by silky smooth Steve Beaton. I'm sure there were many people delighted, not many more than myself. He was very good, though.
Yeah, fair play to him again. We know what Steve Beaton can produce, but we didn't expect to see it, to be honest.
Well, yeah, and Jelle is a massive threat, but he's gone as well. And then, finally, Michael Smith. He was rubbish for 5 legs, but then brilliant for the rest of the match, knocking out Simon Whitlock and gave us this celebration.
That's superb.
Yeah, why not? Why not celebrate like that, Michael Smith? You know what? We've got Rod Harrington, the 2-time World Match Play champion, with another episode of My Throw. Really good one with Ian White. But before that, let's see what the first round action has done to the odds at the BetVictor World Match Play.
Charlie McCann!
Charlie. No, he's still not here. It is time for boring Jack Milner. Jack, what exciting way did you start your day?
I just had some bran flakes, but I did liven it up a bit, you know, sliced a banana, fibre.
Just do the odds.
Odds, Phil Taylor is through to the second round of the BetVictor World Match Play here in Blackpool. 10-8 defeat of Robbie Green. He survived the scare a couple of times. Green went into the second interval 5-all after clawing back. The power was far from fluent here on a stage where he has made his own. He's still 9-2 third favourite. We were far from unimpressed. Short of MVG 10-11. Gary Anderson 4-1. Two of them absolutely had different class in their opening games, winning 10-0 and 10-1, and it looks like that's the favourite to actually finish in the final. The power's still 22-1 to win with a 9-darter. He got 5 perfect darts here tonight. We're still 2-1 for a 9-darter in the tournament, which would obviously give £5,000 to UK Parkinsons, so here's hoping. MVG's the headline act on Tuesday. He's the 16s on favourite to beat Kyle Anderson, and we're 15-8 he wins with the 3 short price favourites, Adrian Lewis, Peter Wright, and indeed Dave Chisnell. Chizzy's 4-11 to beat Robert Thornton. I think it's a bit skinny. Thornton 2-1 after finally breaking his hoodoo here in Blackpool. The finale is going to be mouth-watering, and I'm sure Eddie Hearn's going to have one eye on this. AJ Lewis 4's on to beat Gerwin Price. There's been slanging matches on Twitter, but Gerwin Price, Iceman 3-1 to cause an upset. He beat him here on this stage last year. That could be a big price, but Phil the Power Taylor through to the second round, 9-2 for a 16th BetVictor World Match Play title.
Well, welcome to My Throw, and it's an absolute pleasure to introduce you to a guy that's actually new to the top flight darts, really is making inroads into the top rankings, and it's Ian Diamond White. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Rob.
Right, firstly what we're going to do, we're just going to have a look at his darts. It's actually quite a basic dart, to be quite honest. It's a straight barrel. What's the grams on it?
23.
23, actually possibly a gram or two heavier than what a lot of players do. Now let's have a look at the grip. Now what is interesting with the grip with a lot of players, see the way the point is being held up by this finger here. That's so the dart doesn't do this on the release. It's quite a basic grip, which is the thumb and forefinger, which is the last things to release. So that's a good tight grip. The dart is not going to slip in that because it's tight enough to keep it nice and straight, but it isn't too tight that he isn't going to pull the dart. You don't see many snatches or pulls from Ian. The stance is pretty basic as well, although sometimes he does change it from that and he goes to that, just on the way the dart's going in the board. Let's have a look at the throw. Now when we talk about rhythm in a throw, we talk about every dart being at the same pace, like we did with James Wade. You see with Ian, the pace, everyone is the same pace. He doesn't rush it, so he makes sure he picks the dart up in the same grip every single time. So if he misses, it's not through bad grip, bad throw, it's just that he happens to miss, which happens. So let's have a look at that again. And as you pull it back in, just hold it in the set position. There we have it, see? He's got his eye line. This dart is right under his right eye. So when he releases from that right eye. And we see the release. Right, now let's analyse the set position, the elbow position. And this is really fundamental to all you youngsters especially. Have a set there, watch this, right? I can put my fingers under here and this elbow will not drop or go higher. So throw some darts in, treble 20. That elbow position stayed exactly the same. It didn't drop, which causes the dart to drop. Sometimes people push the elbow up. It stayed at the same level all the time. That's one thing you've got to always keep this bit dead, let this and the hand and the wrist do all the release. There's a little exercise that people should do, and it is set it, pull it back, release it. Now, if you say it at a pace, you can't throw the dart any quicker than that. So if you've got a problem with your throw, go through this routine. Set it, pull it back, release. Now watch this rhythm. Sets it, pulls it back, release. Set, pull back, release. Set, pull back, release. That's a great rhythm. So Ian, thanks very much, I appreciate that.
Rod Harrington with Ian White there, and Rod Harrington is right here, the two-time World Match Play winner. Let's have a look at the second round over the next couple of days. Let's start with Ian. He's up against Peter Wright. I think that's a difficult one to call.
I think you're right. I mean, White has been playing really well over the last 2 years. He's progressing up the rankings well. And we know what Peter Wright's like. He has got a solid game. I mean, I actually think the form line, the bookies will have him just the favourite. However, it's all about the early part of the game. If Ian White can get in front and get some control, and then, you know, he can go on and win it, but it's a tough one.
You do realise that every single time you've done one of those My Throw features, whoever you've done it with has gone out in the next round.
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting to be sacked, but you still keep employing me.
Yeah,
but,
well, what are you going to do? So
hopefully it might break the...
It might break the curse, who knows?
Yeah.
The rest of the games, do you see any big shocks? Mensur Suljovic against Phil Taylor. I don't think Mensur's ever lost a second round game in a major tournament, you know.
No, do you know what? If Phil Taylor plays like he did this evening, then Mensur has got a big chance. But I don't expect Phil to be that edgy on doubles. I think it's the first round where Phil Taylor's been at the moment in his own head, his own mindset. I do expect Phil Taylor to be a little bit more casual and take out the doubles. I really can't see Mensur doing a number on Phil.
Well, Kyle Anderson then, Michael van Gerwen. Kyle played some good stuff.
Yes, he did, and he's not a player that's been playing exceptional. But Michael van Gerwen is a different animal. You know, we talk about this leg-on-leg pressure that the real big players put on their opponents. And Michael van Gerwen will do that to Kyle Anderson. And if Kyle comes through it, then I'll be the first one to shake his hand. But it's going to be tough.
Who else are you looking at? Perhaps, I mean, obviously Gary Anderson is the second favourite for the BetVictor World Match Play. But who else might jump aboard the win bus?
Back on the win bus. The win bus. I thought you might bring that one in. Well, you know, Gerwyn Price against Adrian Lewis. I mean, the way Gerwyn Price played, he played exceptional. Adi was probably only on about 65% of his ability to performance. There is a little bit of niggle there. If that carries on the stage and the crowd get involved, then you might get Adi get a little bit upset, or you know, anything can happen in that game.
Irrespective, I mean, even if Adrian plays well, if Gerwyn Price played like he did for the first 10 legs when they met last year at this stage, he was averaging 110. I mean, Gerwyn is a very, very capable player.
He certainly is, and he doesn't mind the big stage. He doesn't mind the crowd. You know, at times he was standing back the other night and he was getting booed for doing it, and he still popped up and hit the double. I mean, you know, let's be honest. Adrian Lewis, with his skill, he could go on and win this tournament easy. However, he's going to be under pressure against Gerwyn Price, and he's going to have to dig deep.
It certainly is. Well, look, we've got 2 days of action that'll set up the quarter-finals here at the BetVictor World Match Play. How are you preparing for it tomorrow?
I'm playing golf at Fleetwood Golf Club, and I'd like to thank them for the free rounds. And
Shameless,
yes, I know.
Shameless plug. We will see you Do you like that? Do you do a bit of that? A bit of the Michael Smith?
Is it a bit?
Bit of that? Bit of that?
Yeah, but I've got to be careful. I don't want to chuck the lady luck off.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Anyway, we will see you at the end of the second round of the quarterfinals are set up at the Bet Victor World Match Play.
Oh, hello!
What a match! What a performance!
This is brilliant. Who will be the winner?